Alright, so now we are going to put in practice the tools we have learned so far and the ones that I introduced. So I'm going to start by how to create shapes, add colors, and adjust. So I'm just going to type it out here, how to create shapes. Okay, so I have outlined what we are going to be doing. Okay, let's talk about zooming. Okay. Alright, so how to create shapes. We are going to create different shapes as we can. First of all, just come over to your toolbox. You can see rectangle. So we are going to first of all create rectangle. What do? Simply click on it first, drag it to the desired size or shape that you want, and release your mouse. I'm using the left mouse button. If you look at the mouse, you will see that your mouse has two buttons. So this is the left mouse button. This is what I call the left mouse button, and this is your right mouse button. Okay, if you are using my kind of mouse, there is a screw around here in the middle of the mouse. Okay, so that is called the mouse screw. Mouse screw. So this is where you zoom in. If you screw on this, if you point on any object, then you screw this mouse wheel. You screw the mouse wheel. You screw the mouse wheel up or down. You are going to be zooming in. That is, I'm screwing it up. That means I'm screwing it forward, I'm zooming in. If I screw out, I'm zooming out. So I just quickly illustrate this so that you know which mouse button to use. This is for command. Anytime I said click, it's for command, so you use this left mouse button. So whenever I said right click, you know I'm talking about this side of the mouse, so you right click. So don't forget, left clicking is for command, This mouse wheel is for you to zoom in and out, and you have the right clicking for alternative command. So let's go back to what we have, how to create shapes. I've just created rectangle. You can now click on ellipse, click and drag to the required size that you want. If you want to have a circle, hold down your control key on the keyboard while dragging. It will give you a perfect circle. The same thing with the rectangle too. If you want to have square, you hold down your control key while dragging. It will give you a perfect square. Okay, so each tool you use, you have to always come back to the pick tool. Whenever you use a tool, go back to the pick tool and click so that you can be able to move your object. The pick tool is used for selection, position, or transform of object. You can use it to select, you can use it to position, you can use it to transform, resizing, or whatever. Okay, so we have another shape known as the polygon tool. Shortcut is Y. You can always see the shortcut in open and close brackets, so you can be able to use them while working. So click on the polygon tool and drag. If you want to have a perfect polygon, you hold down the control key while you drag your mouse. Okay, so that's that. We have what is called flyout menu. Flyout menu are those commands that are attached to each of these tools that you are seeing. And how do you know a tool has a flyout menu? It means that there are other commands in it. When you see a rectangle pointed this way on a command or on a tool, a rectangle button on a tool tells you that there are other hidden tools in this particular tool. So what you need to do is press and hold down on your mouse. When you point, click. Is either you just click and just press and hold down, or you point on the rectangle there, the right angle triangle there, then you click and you can see other tools coming out. To see other tools, you don't even need to stress yourself much. So far as the flyout menu is out, just keep pointing and you will see other tools flying out. Alright, so this one doesn't have a flyout menu, so you see nothing there. The other ones has it. Okay, so that's that. On the polygon tool, when you click the flyout menu, you can see star, you can see spiral, you can see common shapes, impact tool, you can see graph paper. So I'm going to create star by clicking, hold down control, so you have a perfect star. I'm going to go back there, just click and hold down my mouse and draw spiral. I'm holding down control as well. Going back, let's see common shapes. How does this work? So this actually allows you draw shapes and transform them. You can see I've been able to transform this to a different shape. So that is just about common shapes. You can come to the property bar and choose any kind of shape that you want to draw. With the common shapes, remember, it comes with predefined shapes so that you don't need to struggle to create them. So it comes with predefined shapes. So if I'm looking to create a hat, I can just click and drag. It gives me a hat. You can go back, choose this is a no sign, So all this is to enable you achieve your drawing quickly and easier without having to redraw everything. That is, you find that in common shapes. You have impact tool. These are some artistic drawings that is already embedded in the tool. So in due time you will learn how you can incorporate this into your design. You learn how you can incorporate this into your design. So I'm deleting this. After learning all of these, we have the graph paper. As the name implies, it gives you rows and columns to work with. You can increase them. Let's say I need 5 columns and 10 rows. I'm drawing over, you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you count the rows down, there are 10. So this is when you are working on anything that has to do with this kind of pattern. So now we've created shapes. How do we add text? Simply click on text tool. Shortcut is F8, and then you type. Alright, and I've done that. One other thing I would love to add here is resize. How to resize. How to resize / adjust. Okay, typing is fun. Zooming, I'm already using zoom right now. If you want to zoom, I said you can screw your mouse button, your mouse wheel up, that is forward and backward. Also, you can use your zoom tool. I'm going to show you that, but I'm trying to stay with this. So how to create shapes, how to add text, we just added text. And furthermore on text, we have 2 types of text in CorelDraw. We have paragraph text and we have artistic text. Artistic text is what I have here at the moment. If you look at your status bar, which I earlier stated in the previous class that it allows you know, I have details, gives you detailed information of what tool you are working with or content you have. For example, the currently selected text is known as artistic text. You can see it here. Object information. Artistic text. And then the color is there. Alright, so another type of the text is called paragraph text. How to create paragraph text? Click on the text tool. Point on the area you want. Click and drag. You can see the dotted line, the detailed line showing the size of the paragraph box or text box that you are drawing. So in the text box is what you have as paragraph text. This is when you are working with a newspaper project, a burial program, event program, anything that uses bulky text, and you need to, paragraph them. So I hope you understand. If you don't understand, you can always drop your question and I will answer you. Alright, going back to artistic text, you can be able to adjust this anyhow you want to resize it, which is what we have next, how to adjust. Okay, to adjust your text either by expanding or reducing the size, just simply point on these nodes. These are called nodes. This is it. So each of it is not all the nodes here is meant for you to be able to control your object or your shape or your text. So to adjust it diagonally, you drag it up, it means you're increasing the size diagonally. So this is perfect for you to increase text size and decrease it without losing the proportion. If I intend to have my text smaller and I adjust from the right node, you see what happened? My text is losing proportion, and that's not what I want. I just wanted to reduce the size. So I've made this. You can undo. Go to your standard toolbar and click undo. You can see cancel the previous action. Alright, so you can also adjust your text from the downside, from the bottom, from whichever side, depending on how you are adjusting or how you want it to look like. This adjusts up and down. So you just need to be sure you are not out of proportion while working on your text or shape. The paragraph text doesn't work like that. You cannot just drag and then you have the size increasing. Rather, it's the text box that is increasing. So for you to increase the size of text in your paragraph text, either to increase or reduce it, ensure if it wasn't selected, if the entire paragraph text box is selected like this, you can just come to your property bar. If you notice, it keeps changing based on currently selected object or tool. So you come here to font size, click on it and choose the size of font you want. You can already see the live preview showing you how it will look like. So when it's not yet applied, you can see it's not applied yet. So when you click on the desired size, then you know that size has been applied. You can also click and enter the size you want. Press enter on your keyboard. Alright, so that's how you adjust the entire text in a text box. Okay, if you want to adjust a specific text there, you don't want to adjust everything, you can just double click on the text box. That means clicking the left mouse button twice. You do that in a faster pace. Then click and drag depending on where you have your cursor. This is called cursor. So the cursor allows you to type. It allows you to place text where you want text to be. The one you see blinking. It means if it's at this point and I type, this is where the text will fall in. If I was missing something and I want to fix it in, for example, I want to put a W before the S, I have to take the cursor behind the S. I'm using my arrow key on the keyboard, or you can simply just point where you want the letter to be, click, and then put your letter. Okay, to select, if my cursor is behind my text, I have to click and drag to the right to select it. You cannot, at this point, you cannot effect change without selecting your object. You must always select. In the case of paragraph text like this, I have selected this object and I can effect change. I can increase the size and I can reduce the size. If my cursor is in front of my text, I have to click and drag to the right. Remember, if it's behind, click and drag to the left, to the right, sorry. If it's in front, click and drag to the left. That's how you select. We'll learn more on selection. Okay, what we have next is how adding fill color. Now let me quickly explain, and let's do that on the next video.